belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with me, and I belong with you.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to bite number 4 of our Pride Month experiment, Belonging Bite-Sized. I'm Sophie Wood, and
I'm still Danielle Wood, and today we're going to tackle a big subject in a very short time, and that one is inclusive language.
fantastic, that's right, Danielle. And I'm going to get stuck straight in to pronouns. So one of the things I want to stress up front is that everyone is going to get things wrong at some point. And we know that people can be super uncomfortable and maybe hold back from interacting with people when they feel unsure. And we don't want the language of diversity to be a barrier to people making human connections with each other. So don't let any unsureness, if that's a word, it is now.
I'm not even sure it is.
Well, let's say it is just for now. Don't let it stop you, because if your intention is good, then that good intention is going to shine through the way that you present yourself through your body language and your other verbal communications. And people from minority groups just know whether or not there's malicious intent. Now, with regards to pronouns, you can't always know what somebody's pronouns are just by looking at them. And asking and correctly using someone's pronouns is just one of the most basic ways to show your respect for their gender identity. And it really is that simple. If you're unsure, ask and then correctly use their pronouns if you're talking about them, obviously, rather than talking directly to them. So that's how easy it is. Danielle, now over to you for a discussion about wider inclusive language.
Yeah, sure. Okay, right, here we go. I'm going to share an infographic with you. And again, I just want to stress that you don't always need to get this right. Just try to be consciously inclusive. So I'm going to use a really easy example to start with. So I don't know how many times I've been asked what my husband does for a living or what my husband's doing this weekend. And, you know, it doesn't offend me, but it just puts me in an uncomfortable position. Do I correct them and say, my wife is? And that could make them feel uncomfortable and potentially alienate them from interacting with me. So do I say my partner is? Although at some later date, when they find out that my partner is Sophie, does that make it awkward all round? You know, why didn't I share that to start with? So it all gets a little bit sticky. So I think that in order to avoid this situation, maybe you could use a more gender neutral approach, like simply, what does your partner do? Or what does your other half do? You know, you could get used to using that all the time. And then you never have to think about it again, as that size on this occasion does fit all. And there are many examples, you know, when you could swap out language. So, for example, when a colleague has a non-binary or trans child, maybe rather than make your own assumptions and assign them a sex, use neutral words like child or kid. There, Sophie, what else?
Absolutely. So we've also found that referring to your audience, whether in meetings or perhaps at a conference scenario, as ladies and gentlemen or guys and girls, can actually create difficulties for you that you never intended. So to avoid that scenario, totally, instead think about more inclusive language. So how about welcome everybody, welcome folks. Another great example that comes up at work is any job title that has the word man in it traditionally, like policeman and chairman. Now, if they're very obviously male, then generally they're not going to take offense. But if they're not, just go down the gender neutral approach again. Police officer and chair or chairperson.
Yeah. And again, if you meet somebody and the natural area to go is to say this is Mr. or Mrs., then you could just try making a really lovely human connection with somebody and say, hi, my name's Danielle, what's yours? And then just use their name. Yeah, it's nice and simple.
Brilliant. Thanks, Danielle. You've used the keywords there. It is so simple to get things right, and it takes very little effort. So, if you want to include people and make them feel that they belong, then just take a closer look at being consciously inclusive in your language, and you won't go far wrong.
Exactly. So between now and next time, don't forget, you can pop your comments or questions below this post or DM us if you prefer. And if you want to find out more about us, you can visit our website, and that is on the page below, and it's www.belongingbase.com. So again, thank you for coming, and until next time, goodbye.
Until next time, folks. Bye.
'Cause you belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with me, and I belong